Hello and welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the 30th of January, 2025, and it is headed fast into the start of the frost season. As discussed earlier, it is the first day of February. Gets things all kicked off this coming Saturday. To get there, we got some more details for frost season racing. We'll get into that, and obviously the passes are now released, so you can buy your and burn your passes for the cosmetic season. We have some updates and some specifics to the passes, and we have some updates and specifics to racing. It has changed quite a bit from previous seasons. With some streamlining, we're going to likely see the competition evolve a bit, and some notes and some cautions along the way as well, because it's a more broad racing structure. Having the right car is going to play more of a difference than the previously the case with a more narrow bands of racing competition. We'll get into some of those details there, but ultimately Upwind is looking to have greater participation in some of these events, make things a little more simple. We already saw how the simplification was applied towards the season itself. And then obviously into the racing as well. So to get into all that, let's get the disclaimer out of the way. All these opinions expressed by myself, they're mine and mine alone. Should never take as game strategy or financial advice. They don't represent the game or the team of Upwind. Any guest contributors who we do have on have their own opinion, and they're welcome to them. Should never take as game strategy or financial advice. They represent myself, the Goldsmith of the Cafe Nightly Show. They don't represent the team or the game of Upwind. So a couple quick things. Obviously, up front, we had two major announcements in the game today. Obviously, one of them was bringing in passes, and the other was the racing season. So we'll get into the racing season. Again, significant number of changes there, with the reality that this is going to be something that is still evolving. Racing continues to evolve. The way seasons are handled continues to evolve. And the types of games and contests that happen throughout the season, those will continue to change as well over time. And here it is. Get ready to be hit. Or where did you take? Sorry, wow. Get ready to hit the icy tracks. Frost season racing begins on February the 1st at 9 a.m. PT and runs until the 12th of March at 9 a.m. PT. With the final set for Friday the 14th of March at 11:30 a.m. PT. We are simplifying things a lot this season. All racing, except for the championship circuit racing, is now consolidated into a single racing leaderboard. A recreational racing from 90 to 160 MPS. That is one racing group. And guess who doesn't exist in there? And that's going to be karts. So a little bit different structure this season. We'll get into how that works. Head on over to the link for all the details. Here's our link. Get that out of the way. Frost season racing, obviously, don't forget those dragons. Don't forget the ice. That's what we're dealing with this season. Again, we have a new format here. We do still have the championship series, but the recreational racing, the non-championship series, is one series now. It's one leaderboard, 90 to 160 MPS. That's fewer divisions, and they say more intense competition. Well, some could argue it's less intense because if you don't have the right car, you're not going to be competitive. When you get to the very end of things, I mean, you're going to have more people who are going to get to the potentially going to move towards finals, but you're going to get more points but for winning more races. And you're going to win more races if you have faster cars. This means fewer divisions and more intense competition, so bring your A game. Our goal will be during this to change, to make more players into racing, to bring more players in, creating more active and competitive environments. Again, if we're saying there's one racing class and we're not going to really have people broken out into different classes and different people racing different ways, we could ultimately have a larger variety of people racing against each other. Again, faster cars are typically going to win most of those races. As participation grows, we plan to expand the number of divisions in future seasons to ensure a balanced and engaging experience for racers. So they do admit that having the larger, the larger number of individual categories does make a difference by having a closer competition of each car. Again, it looks like the idea is to broaden things out in order to make them more specific. Again, I think they're trying to bring more people into the tent. There were certain race classes that were less competitive than others, more competitive than others. Sometimes we had some of the same names when you could do so. Some of the same names showing up on multiple leaderboards. I guess that was kind of sapping some of the fun out of there for some people, I guess, as well there. So we will have one championship leaderboard. We will have a separate leaderboard for what they call in recreational racing, and with the hope that racing continues to grow, and as racing continues to grow, Upwind's going to revisit and potentially rebalance, rebuild these racing divisions. The Upwind Championship Circuit, 175 to 240 MPS, remains untouched, essentially operating the same way it has in the past. Again, it is intact in the way it's been running for the top competitors with the top cars. If you're gunning for the top spot Genesis Week Finals, you'll want to make every race count. Frost season overview. So first and foremost, the season does start on the 1st of February. That's when the racing season starts, 9 a.m. PT. The leaderboards close on Wednesday, the 12th of March, 9 a.m. PT. Finals are Friday the 14th, 11:30 a.m. Top 12 racers on the championship circuit, 175 to 240 MPS, will advance to the semifinals and the finals on that racing day on the 14th. There will only be one who will emerge victorious. Okay, there we go. That's the whole point of the finals. One winner of that final race. Congratulations to everyone currently on the championship leaderboard. The current standings are as follows. So these are the points leaders so far for the year, with the culmination of, and at the very end of the year, a Genesis Week will be where the championships are held. And yes, City Pigeon up atop that list. City Pigeon, Sam Mahoney, Cruzerito up on the top of the list. Crowley 27 and Masuda are all top 5. No surprises. Names that have been up there. And that's the way the championship circuit works. It's the people who are competitive from one season to the next. They tend to be competitive in the following season as well. The Frost season has arrived. Power-ups will be fully integrated into your max performance score. So you can bump yourself to a higher class by using your available power-ups. The problem with available power-ups, you burn them, they're gone the next race. And they will fully be live, the power-ups, availability to use them day one. These boosts add layers of strategy, allowing you to customize your approach and dominate the racetrack. With MPS limits, the choice will be yours on how you approach a race. Do you go full throttle with a high-performance car or select a lower MPS vehicle to make room for some power-ups? The balance between raw power and tactical finesse ensures that every race is throwing in strategic challenge. Again, Upwind did reprice these. They did make them a little more competitive as far as being able to buy them and actually compete in races, be able to afford them and actually compete in races. So that is one thing. We need to see more of these sales, obviously, when Upwind goes and sells these. If they aren't selling enough power-ups to keep up, we do have people run out towards the end of the season. We've seen that in the past as well. The MPS leaderboards, again, one leaderboard for recreation, one for the championship circuit. Remember, only public multiplayer races with at least 3 players and a qualifying lap will earn you leaderboard points. Early leaderboard custom, wow, they're not up yet. Let's see if it's up. Oh my gosh. They're going to have to sneak that in here in the very near future, but it is not up and running just yet. The point system, points will only be able to be earned on each of the leaderboards by participating in public multiplayer races with stakes. Only public races with qualifying laps will count towards the points in the leaderboard, same as we've had in the past. Public races involving 3 or more real-life contestants, real-life participants, will be eligible for points this season. Again, you race against 2 people, 1 point, 3 people, 3 points, 4 people, 5 points, and 5 people. Again, 5 other people, a total of 6 is 10 points. And again, there are points based on how large the staking is. Has to be 1,500 UPX staked in order to get the points here. But depending on how high the staking is, 1,500, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, the more points that are available for finishing first, second, and third. With the reality that first, second, and third are the ones to get the points. Everybody else can go and I don't know. I mean, I guess you can still get some points for being in the race as well. Again, only the public races with stakes over that at least 3 or more real players with a qualifying lap do count. So don't go and do 50 races against your buddy Timmy and be surprised that it doesn't count towards your points. Don't go ahead and race 100 races with 300 UPX stakes and be surprised that it doesn't count towards your leaderboard points. Leaderboards will close on Wednesday, the 12th at 9 a.m. PT. The 12 leading racers on each leaderboard will be awarded prizes. Championship again. The people who are in that top tier will be going to the championship at the end of the season on the 14th of March. Keynotes here again. Rules for the finals are the same as they've been in the past. 12 racers, 2 heats. At the end of each of the 2 heats, the final 6 of the top 3 of each of the 2 heats go into the championship of the final race. The final race, top 3 winners are the top 3 finishers, top 3 points, and prizes follow. Nothing crazy here. Prize system pretty similar. What we've seen in the past with the badges here for second, third. For those who are continuing to participate in the championship series. The Ice Fan Block Explorer is the Block Explorer earned this season for those top 12 finishers. First place gets 150,000 UPX and the Ice Fan Block Explorer. Second place, 100,000 Ice Fan Block Explorer. Third place, 75,000 same Block Explorer. 4th through 12th do get 50,000 UPX each and the Ice Fan Block Explorer. The quest for the Crown Championship Circuit again, continuing to the end of the season. Points for first is 30 points towards the leadership board for the end of the year championship. And with that end of year championship board, we continue to see our march along the way. Keep in mind, since Genesis season is going to be where the championship is held, or when the championship is supposed to be organized and held. That means that we'll be ending up very shortly here with Blossom season being our last chance to earn points before heading into the championship and Genesis season this year. The Frost season is bringing in intense competition, streamlined leaderboards, and high-stakes racing in Upland. Will you rise to the challenge and claim your place among Upland's elite racers? We do have, again, this idea of continued evolution. Upland is looking at what has happened last season, what worked well in the previous iteration, how are things going to change in the future. We're going to see what's successful, what's not. And again, if Upland can continue to bring more people in the game, more people to come into racing, maybe we can have some of those more finite divisions again. We can build divisions by experience level as opposed to potentially just the same people being at the top of the list every single race season. You missed that they are combining the badges for racers. I did see that. I didn't bring it up. You're right. They are bringing the badges. So they're going to be doing the stackable badges. So yes, the main consistency is that you are going to be getting the badges, but they're going to be stackable. So you're going to be second time you've won first place, second time you've won second place, second time you've won third place, etc., just like they're doing. And if you kept your eyes open and if you've been seeing what's been going down, just like they're doing now for the badges, when you are talking about seasonal, the seasonal cosmetic badges, they move those into stackables as well. When previously they were going to be commemorating the year and the season, the 2024 Frost season, 2024 Blossom season. Oh my gosh, now we're going into 2025 Frost season. And instead of having a 2024 and 2025, now that just becomes Frost season 2 times. So and that again, Upland has done that with a couple things, and obviously they are doing that with racers. So those who are going to continue to win and win and win, like City Pigeon, instead of having 17 badges, you'll have a 2x or a 3x or a 4x next to your placing along the way. Yeah, that is a change. And again, I think Upland's starting to realize what 40 badges starts to look like, because that's what we're going to start to see. I'm at 15 badges, and I know that it's a mess that I think needs to get cleaned up. And Upland went from having very few and having badges be very rare to starting to see people have so many badges they have to reorganize how they show up and how they display on the board again. Kind of like we had to do a reorganization of collections before as well. But we do we do see that again as a continued evolution when we talk about the racing and what can be done better. And hopefully, heading into our second year of racing, maybe Upland is going to find some stride here very shortly as far as a better way of organizing that competitive racing, that season-long racing. All right, let's take a look at the other announcement. Not really a surprise, but it is live now. Frost Dragons are on the horizon with this season's passes. There are 4 total passes to collect, with collecting the first 3 giving you access to the 4th. Get yourself access to the fantastic cosmetics that will be dropping this season, along with this exclusive badge, adding to your collector's score for the all-time season. All-time leaderboard as well as the seasons. Frost Season Pass overview. The purchase of the pass grants you access to 6 weekly cosmetic drops, each designed to enhance your in-game appearance and exclusive Frost-themed items. This pass is your gateway to standing out in Upland with unique season-limited cosmetics inspired by the chilling power of ice dragons. To participate, simply purchase a Frost Season Pass and activate it by burning the pass. This one-time only activation unlocks eligibility for all weekly drops throughout the season following, and includes a season-specific badge that applies to your season collector score and boosts your in-game prestige. We're updating season badges. See, they give it an exclamation point. It makes it sound like a good thing, but let's read the rest. Going forward, all badges will feature a standard seasonal emblem without the year. For each additional pass you will collect that season, the badge will display an increasing number, showcasing your dedication to or being a collector in the game of Upland. The more passes you acquire, the higher your badge count, a true mark of prestige in the game of it's a game. It can be called a mark of prestige, but it could also be kind of diminishing this idea of legacy and provenance. The idea of I was here in 2024, I was here in 2025, I was here in 2026, versus I did it 3 times. It tells a story to say I was here, because if we have block explorers that came from 2021 and people have those block explorers from 2021 and they earned them, it's kind of a way of hallmark, or having a hallmark that says I was here then. Having that badge really says, hey, this badge was earned blank time, tells a story about you being in the game at this specific time. Taking away that year, turning it into a layering 1, 2, 3, 4. That's more about, we can call it prestige, you can call it leveling, you can call it, showing somebody's increasing investment in the game of Upland, but it loses that story, the story that is etched in time that tells of a specific time, because the year is no longer there. Each week, the snapshot of eligible players, those who have burnt a pass previously, is taken at 7 a.m. PT on Tuesday. Only players who have activated their pass prior to that snapshot will receive that week's cosmetic drop. There is no backseas. There is no retroactivity. If you did not burn your pass prior to week 1 and you burn it prior to week 2, you will never get week 1. That is lost to you. That's an opportunity that other people had, but you didn't, because you didn't burn your pass in time. The season pass is your opportunity to pick up 3 unique Ice Dragon designs. Each design is common, so everyone has the same exclusivity, and has the equal chance of being acquired, making them fantastic and must-have additions to enhance your collection. There are 3 block explorers. There's this one here, which is a little bit longer. We get some legs in here, it looks like, and some wings. This other one is like a worm. It looks like a worm. I don't see that there's any legs or anything. This one here, same thing, no legs. Dragon here, I guess he has legs over there. I can't tell. See, it looks like an artifact of I don't know if we're halfway between an artifact of AI, or there's supposed to be legs over here. Obviously, like I said, no legs here. This is the one I have, and then this one here is a nice looking tube, nice looking little worm. There are no mythic creatures. No mythic creatures were harmed in the making of these images. All images have been officially approved by the Organization for the Ethical Treatment of Magical Beings, TM. So the idea here is buy a pass, burn a pass, be part of the contest, except they're also going to be considered to be collectibles. If you burn it, you don't have it anymore. So Upland's looking for you to burn and buy more, I guess. Reality is if you burn one, it does count towards your collection of 3 so that you can get that 4th pass. Season starts on the 1st of February, ends the 15th of March. There are 6 drops every Tuesday throughout the month or and a half or throughout the season. Collector's Dream, collect all 4 to showcase your dedication and secure ultimate bragging rights, exclusive cosmetics, again, every week. You're going to earn a cosmetic or a couple cosmetics, maybe even up to 3, depending on the week, that you don't get unless you do this. Non-tradable, you get them or you don't. You can't buy or sell on the secondary. They are non-NFTs. Mystery drops. The excitement builds every Tuesday with new unveiled cosmetic items. They are not forecast. You're not told what they're going to be. You're not said, look out for this next week. You get what you get on the day that they drop. Irreplaceability. Miss a week, too bad. Not for you. You can't buy them on the secondary. You can't pay more and get them from Upland. Collect them all. If you collect all 3 Ice Dragons, you will be getting a drop of the 4th. So kind of fun here. And this is what the 4th block spore looks like. It's like a 3-headed dragon. Look at that. It's kind of an overlay of all 3 of the dragons together. Burn pounces count. Again, if you burn 1 pass, you get the other 2 varieties. You have them at the snapshot. You get the 4th dragon. The snapshot is going to be on February the 28th at 9 a.m. PT. To keep in mind, the snapshot's kind of inside of a window. The recommendation is holding on to the 3 or the 2 plus the 1 you burn for 24 hours after the cutoff, so that if the snapshot happens a little later, you are going to be snapshotted properly. Looking back, Wonderland season recap. The recently concluded Wonderland season brought a vibrant kawaii theme, animated block explorer overlays, and unique backgrounds to life. Those rewards are now locked away to never be earned again, emphasizing the fleeting nature of Upland's seasonal treasures. Frost season promises to continue this tradition and offer more truly one-of-a-kind items. Let's take a quick moment to review. Here we go. Minute and 30 to see all the designs of the season. Again, builder, creator, manufacturer, tycoon. Kawaii season had the themes. 4 different separate things. The Park City winter background. We had the property background, Heavenly Halo. It's on the property card. Block Explorer following snow. Block Explorer background following snow. Again, an animated background. We had the season 1 badge. There's the Wonderland Buddies. There's the Mochi Wink. There's the property background reindeer wrap. There's the Block Explorer overlay, the reindeer ears, the Snowcap orb background, the festive pine overlay, the property background of the following ornaments, candy cane, and the gleeful blue overlay, the gleeful green overlay, and the 2025 drape background, the Midnight Twinkle Block Explorer overlay, the Midnight Shine Block Explorer overlay, and the Wonderland Sky property background, the Sunlit Serenity Block Explorer background, and the Park City Winter background, as well as Heavenly Halo, which we have already seen, and the Falling Snow. And that's it. Thank you for participating in this season, says Upland. And again, I like the fact that when we looked at the Wonderland season, yes, they made the theme kawaii. To me, kawaii has nothing to do with Wonderland season. However, using that theme or having that theme of kawaii, they blended it with trying to, both reflect kawaii, but also the idea of the Wonderland season. They put some little eyes on stuff, but it tied into, reindeer and candy canes. And we started to see things that tied into New Year's when we get to New Year's. And it really felt like it played into the season, even though there was a theme there. I do like the idea with the Frost Dragons or the Ice Dragons. We're talking about Frost season. We get to talk about ice and depict ice. We have a season that is a seasonal theme that is different than just saying Frost season. And next year we can have Frost season with a different theme. That it could be something to do with ice, but then something else. It could be snowman or whatever the case is. I like that idea that the theme ties into the season so the two have some type of tie and some type of link. And I really hope Upland continues on with this premise as opposed to we're going to go fantasy for summer. Why? Because, we can have sizzle season and something that ties to sizzle season. We can represent it in different ways. And if we're going to do something like that, I hope Upland keeps up with it. I'm glad that we have a snow-themed, a ice-themed, a winter-themed theme that ties into this season. We do have those passes available now, $6.99, currently available to purchase in the Upland store. Those are open purchase generally. You can buy as many as you want to, with the reality that Upland is trying to encourage people to collect those. So you can buy more than one, hold on to them. They are available only in USD. So if you do choose to buy a pass and you want to go put it in the market in UPX and see if somebody who isn't in the game of buying an UPX wants to buy it in UPX, we've seen some people going ahead and doing so. If you're not buying in USD, secondary market may have some UPX options out there for you. If you're willing to buy it in USD, you can buy it right in the primary market. It's right there for you. Reality is, again, you could buy 3 and get the same Block Explorer 3 times, in which case you may be headed back to the market to either try to sell your extras or buy what you need to complete the collection if that's something you're trying to do. Otherwise, again, this coming Saturday we're talking about. This coming Saturday being the 1st of February, everything gets kicked off. This coming Tuesday is going to be the first drop of the cosmetic season. So you do want to burn your pass, your Frost Season Pass, prior to Tuesday the 4th at 7 a.m. PT. So recommend buy it and burn it. Keep track of what you burn if you're trying to collect to get all 3 to earn your 4th pass. Make sure that you know what you burnt so you don't have to worry about collecting again, holding on to it again for that snapshot. Other than that, like I said, we are about to start Frost season. Hopefully we get a little bit more clarity tomorrow, maybe a little more detail about the ornaments and potentially when that sale is going to be. But we know the ornament contest is not going to happen till later in the month, so that could be something that Upland holds off on as well. But for tonight, thank you so much for being here. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT, we get together in the Upland Discord Cafe on YouTube and on Twitter, going over the daily news. And again, if you're in the Upland Discord Cafe, feel free to unmute your mics. The floor is yours.